Hello, everybody. This is Wayward Daughter. I just like I wanted to I wanted to talk about relationships for a sec because I see this in a lot of relationships around me, like in the people in my life, and I'm quite confused. I'm quite confused about like the fucking concept of relationships right now. Uh, so I'm single right now because my I just want to talk a little bit about me first. I'm really into building a relationship with myself and loving myself because I want happiness and I want like meaning in my life. I want to create something for myself. I think each individual person is like their own expression of art that has something to bring to the world. And I think one of our purposes in life is just understanding self and like what we can bring out to the world. And I'm not saying we have to do something for society. We got to do it for us, whether it's are we secretly like a painter? Do we love painting? Do we love playing music? It's something that we can do for ourselves, that is an expression of ourselves that we can really bring out into the world and just have a beautiful loving relationship with ourselves and understanding ourselves without judgment and just unconditional love. I think that is like even like one of the key things to even having good relationships in your life, is to first have that with yourself. Because I find like a lot of people, we run around in this society not really, we're kind of directionless and we're not really understanding who we are, or how to live our lives accordingly to our desires and needs and wants. And sometimes we get attracted to people, and there's the whole honeymoon phase and the excitement and the butterflies in the stomach and the idea that, oh, I'm all of a sudden so happy that this person is here. And that's great and that's beautiful. Holy fuck, where was I going with this? Brain fart. But sometimes we end up getting very caught up in this honeymoon phase with someone we're attracted to, that we actually hold them accountable for creating our happiness. And this is something I've really noticed a lot with people, is that we jump into dating and things like that based off what we're attracted to. So, oh, this guy's got a hot body, or this girl's got a hot body, or she's cheeky, or whatever. And we really like that. We're attracted to that. And so, we get the hormones going and the lustful emotions, and baby, that's sexy. But there's like, we're missing the depth of connection. We're missing the depth of relationship here. And that's why sometimes after the honeymoon phase, relationships just go like sour or just not very fun anymore, and they can get really complicated. This definitely has to do with the rose-colored glasses. We're so filled with the excitement and the happiness that we, and as any animal or being, like, we don't want to see what's bad. We want to feel good all the time. We want to see what's good. Not to say that we should look at the negative shit. Hold on here. Okay, cool. I'm at work, so I'm like waiting for someone to come into my shop. So we get really caught up in that, and we don't fully see the situation clearly. This is why it's really good to it's why I like meditating, is you really take a step back and kind of observe your emotions, so you can kind of apply that to your relationships in your life. So take a step back and think, like, see the whole picture. Are we truly compatible? What are my needs, and how does this, and what are my values, and how does this correlate with this person I'm seeing? And I want to start by saying sometimes we're attracted to people that aren't actually very good for us. This can be related to how we perceive love as a child growing up. For instance, in my life, before, I experienced a lot of emotional unavailability and stress and just a lot of anxiety. So I would find that I was attracted to a lot of people that weren't really emotionally available, that actually caused me a lot of stress and anxiety. It's something I totally realized about myself, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I don't actually want that. I want to be loved and understood and someone to be there for me, right? And, we all do. So this is why I was saying it's best to have a good relationship with yourself first and understand who you are as a person, and by loving yourself, you can kind of filter out those kinds of people that aren't good for you or a good match for you, in a sense. So that's like that's why I say it's like the first step in regards to having healthy, meaningful relationships is knowing yourself. And then the second is letting go of control and expectations on what the other person is going to do or how the situation is going to play out, because let me tell you, that's going to cause a lot of disappointment, my friend. But it's okay. I got a solution to this problem. So I find that, I was studying psychology and things like that. It's good to work to understand each other and to just fully get a feel of who somebody is before you make that decision on whether or not you want to be that close to somebody. And it goes with the whole rose-colored glasses too, because when you fully understand somebody, you see some things that maybe you don't fully love about them, and you see things you really do love, and then from there you can kind of decide, well, is this person going to be good for me in the long run, in a relationship, in a partnership? Would this fully work for us? And if it doesn't, then, well, there you go. You have a beautiful friendship that you can still have someone in your life. It's just the dynamic of the friendship is different, or the relationship. And then by fully understanding somebody and them fully understanding you, like, can you imagine how deep of an intimacy that is? How safe and warm you'd feel being in that kind of relationship when someone just fully gets who you are and just accepts all parts of you and says, yes, there's some things we don't like about each other, but there's so much we love about each other, and it's just okay. So I think it's better than the butterflies in the stomach, to be honest. I've had the butterflies in the stomach, dudes, but like when like I've fallen in love with a best friend before, and like we're friends now, of course, but I've fallen in love with a best friend before, and I've never felt so just comfortable and just safe and warm and just like the best fun I've ever had, because you're already friends and you're joking around, you get each other, you do everything with each other because you already know, and then even at the end of the day, if things didn't work out in a relationship, well, there you go. You change the dynamic of that and you become really good friends, which in my case has happened to me. But I also find that I have seen people that were best friends for a long time that ended up getting married, and they're still together and they still seem so happy. And I just think it's such a beautiful thing to, for all of us to focus less on owning each other and instead understanding each other and understanding what it means to have like a meaningful relationship with somebody. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain, I'm not gonna lie. But I was just thinking about this a lot because like there's also a lot of relationships that are happening around me that are very shallow based, where people are like, oh, I want to date this person because they're, nice ass or whatever. I'm like, but what the fuck is that gonna do for you in the future when you're both 50 and his ass is flat or her ass is flat? Like, come on, dudes, like, happiness first. And, like, again, like, relationships are not always gonna be, like, 100% just, fine and dandy. There's always gonna be issues. Like, just as you have, issues to work through with yourself in the relationship with yourself, there's always gonna be some bumps in the road and some things to work on. I really feel like relationships are one of the things that really help us learn and grow, because anything that gives you feeling and like that really can like knock you off your feet can really help you grow. And I feel like we are pack animals by nature, and so like this is why relationships are so important to us. People need each other, we really do. Like, side note, I lost my wallet the other day. I wouldn't have known what the F to do if I didn't have a friend to like come and pick me up and like help me go to the bank and get my bank card and my ID and shit. Like, like, and I'm not saying use each other materially, but like that, just knowing that I wasn't totally screwed and that I was at least safe, that someone had my back, that made me feel like it was honestly worth living. Because sometimes I'm just like, when I lose my shit, like I lose my wallet, I lose everything, my identity, what do you do at that point, right? Like I know we've all had those moments where we felt just completely rock bottom, And it's really knowing that someone's gonna have your back and be there for you that, like, it, you know, really saves the day. And I think, like, it's so important, like, relationships are so important, and we really do need each other. And I feel like it's not, it's about letting go of the ego and really just, like, bringing in the love and acceptance and, like, you know, the unconditional love and understanding each other. Like, fuck, I think it's so beautiful. But yeah, guys, like, you want to have a healthy relationship, like, have a healthy, loving relationship with yourself, and then understand what your needs are in a relationship, and then go from there. Build something with somebody, like, build a friendship with somebody, get to know them, and then honestly, it's gonna be like the most magical kind of relationship you'll ever have. Seriously, dudes. But yeah, that was my rant, and I hope, you know, this information may help somebody someday in regards to relationships. Gosh, I hope my friends watch this video, or, like, listen to this video, because I feel like it'd really help them, you know? You know what I'm saying? Alright, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.